other thing I'd like to do is help out other people out there. This is still summertime, right? We're only, we're not quite in July yet, but we're getting there. So you still got July, you still got August, you still got September, October too, to ride your motorcycle. You still got plenty of time. And if you're in the market looking for a bike and you're struggling and you don't know what kind of, get a bike that your feet sit flat on the ground. Number one, do not buy a motorcycle if all you can do is tippy-toe and rock between two toes. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. I mean, you can do it because you can do anything you want in this world. But I highly recommend that you buy a motorcycle that your feet are flat on the ground. Next, everyone asks the same question. Will this bike do this, that, or the other? Yes. We are done with the days of the Honda 250, the Yamaha 250. Those bikes, yes, look up old YouTube videos. Those bikes topped out at about 80 miles an hour, 85. My Ninja 300 was a 2014, and bikes have only gotten even better since then. And that bike, I took it to New York from Wisconsin on a road trip with my brother to go see Niagara Falls. The bike did it. We went like 90 the entire time. I mean, obviously once we were like out in the middle of nowhere. The bike did it. It did everything. It did city, it did freeway, it did, it did constant 55 mile an hour, it did constant 90 miles an hour. They'll do it. If you're looking at a 300, a 400, whatever's available out there nowadays, you're gonna have a good time. Trust me, it's gonna be fine. Don't let the motorcycle elitist tell you that that you're not, or that bike is incapable. They are capable. Now a 250, yes. I have not had the pleasure of riding a 250, but I've been told that, and I can look it up on YouTube, and I've done it. They only go about 80. You're gonna struggle in today's traffic. The speed limits have changed, especially if you live in like Texas, where the speed limit is 75. Here in Wisconsin, on I-43, the speed limit is 70, and the bike tops out at 80. Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time. But the Ninja, or whatever, Honda, if you get anything that's 300 and above, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna do freeway, you're gonna do city, gonna be okay. It really is just about buy what you want. Buy what you want. Don't worry about the motorcycle community or the motorcycle elitists, Don't worry about them, worry about you. Buy what you want. You want a 500? You want a 650? You want a 900? You don't have to buy a 600 or a 1000. There's other options out there. Make sure you get the right grip where your bars are. Make sure your foot pegs are where you are, because like this bike has an extremely comfortable seating position. So did my Ninja 300 because it was upright. It was not like when I rode that Honda 600RR where the only seating position was tucked. And it's like, well, this is fun for a short ride, but I don't really want to do it for anything else. Buy what you want. Get what you want. Don't listen to the internet and the others. You know what you want. Pick what you want. That's why I made my video the other day about Harley riders. They're not logical, and that's fine. They're following their emotion. Physics, science, and math prove that the Harley 45-degree single crank pin design is outdated. The engineers at Harley have done everything they can to try and get those bikes to keep up with modern day traffic and you can't. It's 1909 technology. They've gotten as good as it's going to get. They can't increase the number of valves. It's always going to be 2 valves. The really only option is to keep going up in cubic inches sizes. But when they go up in cubic inches sizes, then they got to make the bike heavier, because now they got to reinforce the crankshaft more. They got to put stronger rods, and so they run into an issue of like, well, great, now we're adding more weight. Don't worry about it. Buy what you want. Whatever it is that you're interested in, go for it. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that I had friends that didn't even ride motorcycles, and to this day they don't even ride a motorcycle, telling me, you're gonna hate that Ninja. Ugh. I owned it for 9 years. put 33,000 miles on it. It was a good bike. I got really bored of it towards the end there, like, I don't know, doesn't matter. At some point I got really like tired of it, right? But then I have kids and stuff, so that just threw onto the back burner, and I was like, I don't have time to even think about this. I got 3 kids under the age of 2. So it's like, okay, I'll keep it and do what I can with it. When my ex wanted to sell and get this, I was like against it just because I'm a cheapskate. But now that I've got it, I'm sold. But don't let that deter you. If you want to just have a motorcycle experience, then do it. Don't let the car, just like in the car community, right? Oh, you have a Mazda Miata? Well, that's convertible. That's not as cool as my, Mustang V8 convertible or my Corvette V8 convertible. And it's like, it's stupid. People are allowed to have their opinions, and their opinion is valid. If they think that a Miata, they're entitled to have their opinion. Everyone's entitled to have an opinion. But you got to learn how to shut down those opinions and just listen to what you want. I mean, that's how I lived my whole life, and that's why I rub people so wrong. It's like, I'm listening to myself. So if you're in the motorcycle market or want to get into a motorcycle, oh my gosh, now's a great time. The Ninja 400, that's a way better bike than my 300 was. And if you want a little bit of like, besides telling you about, hey, have your feet flat on the ground, if you want another performance metric to kind of go by, I'll tell you right now, if you get a bike with about 70 horsepower, that's plenty. I'm not even lying. 70 horsepower is plenty. I've ridden a Suzuki GX 650 V-twin. It's the V-twin that made me obsessed with V-twins. Because when my friend brought it up to this house, I was like, why does that bike sound so gnarly? And he's like, this is a V-twin. And I'm like, and then I started researching V-twins, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. And actually the funny thing was, my first question to him was, why doesn't it sound like a Harley V-twin? And he and I had to do a bunch of research because I didn't know. I was misinformed. I had no idea. Because I come from Wisconsin and I live near Milwaukee, I didn't even know there was other kind of V-twins. I never even looked at V-twins because I'm like, oh, they all sound like that, potato. But then when I found out there's other kind of V-twins, I'm like, good grief. Guess what? His 650 Suzuki GX made exactly 70 horsepower. I did a wheelie on that thing in 3rd gear. 70 horsepower is plenty. Honestly, you're gonna have a good time if you're at above 50 and above. My Ninja 300 had 37 horsepower, and it was like, oh gosh, it was like 17 foot-pounds of torque. It did the best I got out of that thing going downhill with the wind behind me was it did 113. When I went to New York, it did 90. I just literally held it at 90 miles an hour for like a long time on the Ohio Turnpike. Just holding it at 90. It did it. No problems. If you're in the market for a motorcycle, get what you want. And if you need some kind of like parameters because you just are really a novice and you're just like, gosh, someone help me, give me some guidelines, don't get a bike unless your feet touch flat on the ground. Consider what kind of hand wrist position do you want and feeding position. Do you want to sit on your wrist, or do you want more upright and comfortable? That's totally up to you. Do you want no windshield so you feel all the wind in your face, and if I do want to get out of the wind I got to tuck, or do you want a bike with a bigger windshield so you don't have to feel the obnoxious wind? And then as far as performance, once again to give you that reference, my Ninja 300 had 37 horsepower and it could go 113. If I was going against the wind and going like uphill, it would do like 103. So it lost about 10 miles an hour. 100 miles an hour is plenty. There's no speed limits anyways that are 100 miles an hour, right? So, and they don't even make that 300 anymore. So just realize that you're going to be fine with anything pretty much modern. And nowadays, if you're looking at, go ahead and get yourself a 400, a 500, a 650, a 900. You don't have to just look at 600 and 1000s for the Japanese market. I don't know Harleys well enough to give a recommendation. So that you'd have to do your own research. as far as any other brand you're looking at, just do your research. And the best research you should do is asking yourself, what are your goals with this bike? Why do you want this bike? What are your plans with this bike? And is it going to give you the experience and the thrill? And is it going to do what you're looking for it to do? Is it going to check the boxes? Because a motorcycle is a toy. A toy. Unless you live in like some state where you can ride 12 months out of the year, Wisconsin is not the state that you can ride 12 months out of the year. It's a toy. The reason my Ninja at 300 had 33,000 miles on it is because I didn't use it as a toy. For 2 or 3 years there, it was my car. I had rides to work during winter, and then I just used the Ninja. I would go grocery shopping with it. That was obnoxious. I put like gallons of milk in bag. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I hope I can help you out. If you have any questions about like, and you're in the market and you just want some guidance or some tips on like maybe what you're looking at or getting, or even if you want to be validated at the choice that you're looking at purchasing, feel free to leave a comment. And if you are totally like pitchfork and angry and you just want to like, you know, like the Adam Sandler movie Waterboy, you know, cut my freaking head off. Feel free to leave a comment saying that. Feel free to destroy that bell and throw it in the garbage and unlike, dislike, unsubscribe, and tell all your friends that I'm stupid and I suck, and that my opinions are not valid, and that I'm not a real man as a motorcycle rider because I rode a Ninja 300 instead of a manly bike. But feel free to leave the hate. I live my life off hate. I love hate. Hate's what motivates me. I hope you guys have a great day. Ride safe. Motorcycles are dangerous. They are dangerous. No one sees you. It's the first thing they said. Before we even started anything at the Road America Safety Course, the first thing they said is, listen up. They went, you're invisible on the road. No one sees you. And it is true. No one sees you. I was going 25 miles an hour through a town, and it was about 2 blocks before school zone, where you have to slow down to 15. There was an apartment complex and a mother in her minivan. I was way far back. She pulled up, but she had to wait for a car that was coming by on her side of the road. I watched her. She looked 5 times. She went left. She did the right things. I'm not dogging her. She did the right things. She looked left. She looked right. She looked left. She looked right. And then as she looked left again, she pulled out. And I had to swerve and go around her because I went, oh my gosh, she didn't see me. Even though I always ride with my brights on during the day and I turn them off. And the number one rule they taught me at Road America is you are invisible. Cars, trucks, SUVs, crossovers, they do not see you. So please always keep that in mind. Safety is a big deal on a motorcycle. You do not. One other piece of advice I can give you too is don't treat the public roads like it's a racetrack. Growing up as a kid, when my dad had that BMW, we had a neighbor that fell and he shredded up his arm. It was bare skin on concrete as he slid. And we lived on a dead end road. Feel free to look it up. 1497 Sumac Lane, Stockville, Wisconsin. We lived on a dead end road. And my dad stopped by and said, hey, is everything all right? And this guy's like, and the guy was push brooming the rocks. And he goes, yeah. Some idiots keep taking this turn so sharp that they're throwing the rocks in the road. And my dad literally just said, hey, the public road isn't a racetrack. Maybe not try using like the public road for you to like drop your knee on the ground in a turn and expecting it to be like a clean surface. Don't treat the public roads like they're going to be a clean surface, because they're not. Don't. Unless you have cleaned it or prepped it yourself, just be very aware. I ran into a kid one time at a Pick and Save parking lot, and I felt so bad for him. He was going down this obnoxious turnpike in Grafton, Wisconsin, where it's this big, long, swooping turn to head over to this downtown shopping complex area. And on the side of the road, city workers had just mowed the grass. They did not do anything wrong. But the road was full of grass clippings. kid fell. Not his fault, he was going the speed limit. He fell. The first time I ever fell on my Ninja 300, it was in front of my 3 friends as they were standing outside smoking a cigarette, and I pulled up, and literally, it was just literally that perfect timing. I hit my brakes as my front tire was on a stick. So then when my brakes wanted to stop the tire, they actually were stopping the stick, and the stick slid with me, and then I slowly fell down into the grass. And they all went, my 3 friends started laughing. They went, "What even happened?" And I went, and we looked, and we're like, and we could see like the drag marks in the concrete. We're like, and I was like, "Oh, this stick made me fall." Like, just know, be very careful on motorcycles. Be very careful. You know, ride safe, keep your head up, pay attention, drive defensively. That's the best advice. I'm sorry, drive defensively. That's the best advice I can give you. Just realize that, like, you are not in control, as in, like, everyone else's weight will win, and they will destroy you, and they will win. So drive defensively. Just keep distance. Make sure you have enough braking distance. Don't ride people's ass. Just pass them if you're going to do that. Honestly, just pass them. Because you have the disadvantage. 2 wheels does not brake as fast as 4 wheels. Motorcycle brakes are not as good as car brakes. You can't squeeze a set of 8-piston monsters on a car like you can on a motorcycle. Just be very aware to keep distance. And just always be aware. I highly recommend that you don't listen to music in headphones while you're riding. Please don't. Because that also just makes you that much more disengaged and able to keep yourself safe on what's going on around you. I wish you all the best. Eventually I am going to post a review of this motorcycle. I just wanted to get that out there first, of like kind of a ridership experience, and I'm not trying to tell anyone what bike to buy. Buy the bike that you want. Buy the motorcycle that you want. Don't buy the motorcycle that other people want. Buy the motorcycle that you want. Only think about you. Literally just lay in bed, close your eyes, and go, what motorcycle do I want? Start doing research on there, and then go out and see if you can get yourself to a dealership that lets you take it for a spin, or at least get a feel for it, and then go ahead and make your decision. And it's valid, whatever decision you make. Doesn't matter. Even if you buy a moped, even if you buy a ruckus and you want to ruck around, mother ruckers, do it. Ruck around and find out.